what's-her-face had like a weird dream of some guy in shining armor with a right hand which had turned into a sword, and you know, he saved her. Come on, that handsome husky guy was obviously supposed to be Shinichi because he had the same hairstyle. His right hand turned into a weird blade, and his the horse he was riding on was it looked like a parasite. Everything that was attacking her in that dream was a parasite. Come on, people are pulling their hairs out left and right in this show. They know that hurts. Especially those two little girls from the last episode. These people know when their hair gets plucked out of their head like that, it hurts. Well, seems as though I just relearned that her name is Kana. Thanks for restating that, anime. So after a while of walking, Migi actually mentions that he shouldn't talk to Kana anymore, and strangely, Shinichi says he agrees. So, Kana and Murano was talking on, I guess, a street or somewhere in the park, but anyway, they're talking to each other, and, you know, they're just busting out all these hints to each other about, hey, I guess you like him, and, I have dreams about him, and just little hints that they both like him, but it's kind of noticeable, but not really. Kana says to Murano that, you like him, don't you? And she just blushes and looks away and just says, it's an awkward silence for I don't know, 5-6 seconds. And then Murano mentions that he saved her life, and Kana said, oh, you have those dreams as well? Which was a really big hint right there. But then Murano mentions that, well, when she was walking away, she mentioned that she has a chance. Or more like what she actually said was, she said, I think I still might have a chance. Which means she thinks she has a chance to go out with, or, you know, whatever, with Shinichi. And I think my favorite part of this episode has to be the part when the guy got out the car, and he's going for a walk. And, you know, he looks like a nice guy. He looks like a nice guy. He looks like he works out. He has a good life. He's having a grand old time with his life. He looks happy. Has a very happy face on his face. Wait. But then he walks up to this thug guy and just says how many are inside. Or something like that. And then the thug guy he holds his head and goes in for a punch. But the guy literally just smacks his head into the wall, and the back of his head just splattered, gone. Blood everywhere on that wall. So it was basically he grabbed his head and he went in for a punch. But the guy, as he was doing this, the punch was right here, he did this to his head. That's how it basically went. So the guy just walks inside of the building and just starts obliterating everyone. I mean, seriously, this guy is whoa. And he just one-shotting all these guys with a happy face. I think he might be a parasite. I mean, he's most likely is. But he's not, he doesn't look like he is, because he's just using his bare hands. He's just, wha-pow, wha-poosh, and just slapping everything. What? And the crazy part is, all the guys that he's taking out, they're using weapons. And I think a couple guys, they use swords against him. And one guy got him in the head, but he just took it out. But there's he takes, I think I remember him taking one of the guy's swords. This guy slashed him in the head. He got him, somewhere in the back of his head, this deep. But he just took it out of his head, took the sword, and slashed the guy through the middle of his body. And then I think after that, the guy that was bashing everyone, he just casually walks out the building with a happy face again, with all this blood over his body, it's nothing. Anyways, after all the commotion of craziness, we finally get to relax and actually see Murano and Shinichi on a little date. Of course, Murano has to go on about how he changed and about everything when, you know, he had to leave for his dad when he was in the hospital. And then Shinichi just kind of got up and left, but, you know, he didn't leave, you know, they left together, but yeah, that's the situation. But anyways, as they were walking through, I guess, a park again, Murano saw a little puppy and just, you know, she wanted to pet it and all, but then a bigger dog, I guess was his mother or father, it just whisked out of nowhere and protected it. Okay, so Murano and Shinichi sit down in the park, and then they see this kid crying, talking about his mom or whatever. But then his mom says something like, "Hurry up, we need to go," or something like that. And then the little kid starts saying stuff about his mom, like, "Stupid mom," and "I hate you." And his mom was like, why are you? But then he ticks her off by saying, "I hope you die." And then the mom just, like, she gets on her knees and, like, puts up her hand like this, like she's about to slap him. But then she, like, stops and hesitates and just gets up, grabs her bags, and says, "Let's go." What? What? If you were going to hit him, hit him! Oh yeah, and by the way, while halfway through all that was happening, Shinichi was having his own little, you know, his little heart attack again, or whatever. Because, you know, apparently, I think when people start talking about his parents or whatever, he starts to freak out. Or just something like that, I don't know. I guess when he gets too much, or when his heart starts to race or something like that, he can't handle it or whatever. And then the moment of truth happens. Murano and Shinichi are standing. The sun is setting, beautiful indeed. And then they start to hold hands. That's a start. That's tier 1, my boy. No, wait, that would be like, actually that is tier 1. And then it happened. The moment of truth. He got to tier 2 in like 0.02 seconds. He kissed her. Yes. Congratulations, Shinichi. You kissed her. Now, time for that human intercourse that we all been trying to see. But play the sad music and play the tiniest violin in the world. Because as they're kissing, Kana came running to Shinichi, you know, in a happy manner. And, you know, she halfway turned the corner and then saw Murano and Shinichi kissing, and you know how she felt then. For Kana, it went downhill from there. But then, again, Murano goes on about, "Are you the real Shinichi?" And she remembers when he left the house and, you know, he got really, really skinny because he didn't eat. And I think all he was doing was drinking water and sugar thanks to Migi trying to keep him alive because he needs to keep himself alive. All that bullcrap is over. We go to the next day. Shinichi and Migi are talking, and Migi mentions that there are 5 parasites in the vicinity. So Shinichi runs off somewhere and finds a crowd of like a bunch of people, and there's a speech going on. Of course, there's going to be a lot of people there. But then Migi mentions there's actually 8. So I guess there's like something going on, and there's like a crowd, and there's a, you know, I guess someone's voting or something. So there's this stand where there's 6 people standing. All 6 of those people are parasites. And then there's 2 other parasites that's in the crowd of people. What are we gonna do? So, I didn't catch that. Parasites, they're running for mayor. Vote for mayor for mayor? I don't know, I've been saying that a lot lately. Luckily, Kana popped out of nowhere. Like, literally out of existence. And, you know, they had to go wherever. And that was pretty much the end because it faded out to black.